Episode 6. Let's get it rolling. Sabbath, Blotter Sabbath.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We took a recent poll on our Facebook on what band everyone wanted us to cover next, and the winner was Black Sabbath.
Black fucking Sabbath.
Yeah, we thought Iron Maiden was going to take it, but Black Sabbath came out of nowhere.
Bro,
Love
I
some
thought
Maiden.
Deep Purple was going to take it to begin with.
Yeah, they was tied, man. It was crazy. Crazy race. But
Yeah,
anyway, the winner was Sabbath, so we got to tackle Sabbath this week.
Yeah.
Sabbath, Blotter, Sabbath.
Yes, yes.
Shout out to Billy, the Black Sabbath fucking guru.
That's right.
Yeah.
That guy's gonna murder me.
Oh, we know the problem this week's going to be is it Ronnie James Dio or Ozzy Osbourne, who is the best singer for Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
It's going to get heated.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if we should go down that rabbit
I
hole.
don't think we talked about that. Timmy.
Then y'all don't want me going first then. All right.
Go ahead, Jimbo. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think Timmy went first last time, and now it is my turn. So are we starting with albums?
Yeah.
Starting with albums. All right.
Fucking Jimbo.
All right. First and foremost, I want to say exactly how I feel
Don't you
about
fucking
Ozzy and
say it.
Dio. Dio is by far the superior singer. However, Black Sabbath would not be Black Sabbath without Ozzy. Now, I like Ozzy better as a solo artist, but I mean, you can't go wrong with Sabbath, man. He did some good shit with him. So,
Who, Dio?
well, yeah, but I was talking about Ozzy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, listen. You're not.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen to me.
You're not
I will be
listening.
I tuned him out after he said Dio is. I just was like, yeah,
The
whatever.
superior singer.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I actually agree with you on that part. Dio
Yes.
in or out of Sabbath. If you put Ozzy and Dio side by side, Dio obviously is the better singer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, come on, bro. It's fucking Roth and Hagar and fucking. I mean, it's God damn it. not that Ozzy sucks like fucking Roth. I'm just saying it's like, Roth was good, but Hagar was the better singer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ozzy's fucking great, but singing
Ozzy-
Dio is obviously the better singer.
Yeah.
They're both great frontmen.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Ozzy is a great frontman, and so
Am I wrong?
was Dio.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say, am I wrong for saying I think Dio might still have a chance at beating Ozzy in a singing contest right now?
Doubt it.
I'm going.
I agree.
So many people are coming after me right now.
I don't care. I'll take the hate. Ozzy sucks. Do something.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I like Ozzy. I like Ozzy.
See,
Now we did say
I love him, but you gotta be brutally honest.
I need one of those fucking signs like Al has in Home Improvement. So when Jimbo says shit like that, it's hold up. It's like Jimbo himself at P.O. Box fucking, send all the hate mail. The fucking, I swear.
That's right. Yeah.
Say please, boo. Boo Jimbo.
Boo. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you tell us what you really think about what the fuck Jimbo just said in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna clip it. It'll be the first reel on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
I want to hear all the hate. Bring it on.
Motherfuckers gonna fucking break Facebook.
We gonna break the internet.
It happens. All right, Jimbo.
Done it again.
All right. Anyway. Right quick. I will say, me and Timmy were talking earlier, and we decided we were gonna go with Sabbath, as in the versions only fronted by Ozzy or Dio. So we're not basically, I don't know, the better part of the 80s and most of the 90s. We might do a separate episode on it. We haven't decided yet, but we'll see. So that being said, my number 3 album
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna go with Volume 4.
Wow.
Volume
That's
4
what's up.
is honestly, it could have been my number one.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the songs on it. It's got Supernaut, Snowblind,
Yeah.
Tomorrow's
Supernaut.
Dream. Yeah, Supernaut's probably one of my favorites. It had changes on it.
Changes. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
changes.
it was for a
Tomorrow's
Black
Dream.
Sabbath song. That was pretty.
Yeah. I always
I
love.
don't know. It was out there for them to play a song like that. And what I did learn that Tony Iommi actually like learned to play piano in like a week before that or some shit, just on some random piano in like a hotel or something. And he wrote that melody for changes.
All I could think of was those little rubber pieces on his little fingertips.
Yeah. It's not rubber. It's plastic.
Yeah, whatever it is, this wax.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he puts leather on it so he can grip the strings.
Yeah, I was
That
about
was
to say
pretty
he made
interesting.
those back in the
Oh,
day. His
for
actual
anyone that
drums.
doesn't know, what Trey's talking about, Tony Iommi, the guitar player, actually had an accident where it cut the tips of the two middle fingers of his fretting hand off,
Yeah,
and he
like right before,
yeah, those two.
What was it like right
Yeah.
before he was quitting?
Yeah, it
The
was his last
day
day on the
before he
job.
quit.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, last day on the
Yep.
job because
The last day on the job.
was taking off. Yep,
Yep.
he was gonna be a professional.
Or
musician.
no, he wanted to be a pro, is what he said. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he was taking off.
yeah, so he wound up after they healed in a couple months, he like melted down some bottles and like fitted it around his fingers, and he put some leather on it so it would grip the strings and he could still play. But it actually like it altered how he played because he played mainly with his forefinger and his pinky because he couldn't play with those two fingers. So it gave him a distinct
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? Just it was a very distinct method
Yeah,
and a
that's what I
sound.
was about to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah, he had a tech.
And that was plastic bottles
I guess,
too.
Yes, plastic bottles.
Yeah. For anyone
Yeah.
out there, before you go melting glass and sticking your fucking hand.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if y'all knew this real quick while we're still on fingertips. He actually never got his fingers fixed. Like to this day, he's never had them fixed because he was worried. I mean, no, he was worried it would fuck up the way he played.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, same reason Freddie Mercury never got his teeth fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He thought it might fuck up how he sang. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's don't fix it if it ain't broke. Tony, I'm gonna take
right.
over the world with pentatonics.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, bud. Rock and roll.
Saving the world one pentatonic at a time.
One pentatonic at a time.
Yeah.
All right, so your number 3 is Volume 4.
Yes, my number 3 is Volume 4.
Yeah,
Mostly because Supernaut, Snowblind. Those are
I was about to say,
two of the I think the best Black Sabbath songs there are.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 2. This one was pretty tough. I was going back and forth with this one too. I'm actually gonna go with Paranoid.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit, we lose Timmy.
Sorry. Did we lose Timmy?
Timmy, are you with us, brother?
Bring out the bagpipes.
Man, someone play taps.
Son of a gun. Pappy was a pistol. I'm a son of a gun.
Yeah, we'll give him a second to get back. He'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Damn. R.I.P. Timothy.
Yeah, that's crazy though, man. Losing your fingers.
Yeah,
last day of the job.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Don't they still? Oh, hey.
You back, buddy?
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi keeps turning on and off, so I just shut it off now. I think that's the problem.
I got you. All right.
Yeah, we're just going to run off the cellular data.
There you go. I was just telling Trey. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me or not. I said my number 2 is going to be Paranoid.
Awesome.
Yep. I mean, did War Pigs, which I found out it was originally supposed to be called War Pigs.
Yeah.
That was going to be
It's a Satan song. Oh yeah.
the Satan song. I think it's more about Vietnam, but yeah.
It is now.
Yeah. Well,
they changed the lyrics to it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. There's another version to it.
It was originally to sing about Satan. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
No. I didn't.
Yeah, it was
like I didn't know. I knew they changed their lyrics on a bunch of stuff because they didn't want to. I don't know, something weird. Paranoid.
Fucking
all right.
You know.
Who knows?
Let's let Timmy get.
Well, they made them change it from War Pigs to Paranoid after they wrote Paranoid because they needed like one more song to finish the album.
Yeah.
And so they wound up writing Paranoid in like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tony Iommi just like
every time.
Just straight shit out the riff in like 5 seconds, and then they just Geezer went and wrote some fucking lyrics down.
We're not
worried. And then they wound up.
I love Geezer.
They wound up releasing that song first, I believe.
Yeah, as a single.
Yeah, and then they changed the name of the album because that single did so good. They were like, let's just call the album Paranoid.
Yeah,
wasn't it? Is it Paranoid and Iron Man? I believe were the two singles off that, or did they also?
I don't know what the other.
Yeah, I don't know what the other actual singles were. I would imagine Iron Man would have been.
I think.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
If you look it up, I think it's just them two.
Because Iron Man's one of the ones that they did like the live music video too. So I would.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's I know for a fact that it was Iron Man and Paranoid. I'm not sure if War Pigs was also released as a single. I don't think it was.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting as a single.
And did y'all know that? I'm sorry, Jimbo, to cut you off, but did you know, since we're talking about that, Black Sabbath, their first album and the second album, Paranoid, actually came out the same year?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had. I think they started recording it. Go ahead, Trey. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say Black Sabbath came out like February 13th, 1970. And Paranoid came out September 18th, 1970. But I believe it wasn't released in the U.S. until 71.
Yeah.
So.
I think they.
Master of Reality came out in July 21st of 71.
Yeah, I believe they recorded Paranoid, or they started recording it like. I think it was only like 4 months after they finished the first album.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a very short period. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Especially for the kind of songs they were playing. Like they're pretty progressive, honestly. I mean, they're not short songs.
Yeah.
Well, the majority of them weren't. No, but Paranoid for me, man. I mean, War Pigs, Paranoid, the song, Planet Caravan, Iron Man, Electric Funeral. Like, I mean, the whole album is just fantastic.
The whole fucking album's half their fucking greatest hits fucking collection.
Pretty much. And Rat Salad was Bill Ward's drum solo.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, dude, I've always loved it. Bill Ward, dude, he's had some fucking groove and fucking drums.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I got a new respect for Bill Ward. Just he was a really good drummer. I didn't think he was, but
listening back,
listening back, man, he was solid, man. He also
he did all that shit on a 3-piece kit, dude.
Yeah, was it a 3-piece?
Fuck
Timmy,
yeah!
Don't take it out on me.
Hell yeah!
I always knew that he was that guy.
Hey man, he's awesome. Well, it's going back to the
the reunion tour. He was using like a fucking Neil Peart size drum kit, but
right.
No, on the Paranoid album and the Black Sabbath album, he used a 3-piece kit. He used 3-piece kit live for most of it, and then he started adding in the extra floor tom.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, he actually. I don't know if y'all knew this, but he actually wrote and sang the lead vocals on a song.
Yeah.
It was on Technical Ecstasy. It's called "It's All Right." It's actually a good song. It's very like anti-Sabbath, but yeah, go check it out. It's not. I mean, it's a good song, man. I think it was some of that later Ozzy era, like basically after Volume 4. It's kind of hit and miss with me.
Yeah.
There's
Very
some good
scrambled.
stuff sprinkled in there, but not all of it's that great.
Yeah.
That would be a highlight of that time, though. I do like that song.
Yeah.
Um.
I already know.
Yeah. What else? What else can I say about Paranoid, man? It's a fucking awesome album. Now,
Planet Caravan.
this is an absolute surprise to nobody, but my number one is most definitely Heaven and Hell.
Oh, I fucking.
That actually was a surprise to me.
Was it a surprise?
I really thought I really thought you were going to say Mob Rules. To be honest with you,
I was close. It was an honorable mention.
really thought you were going to say Mob Rules.
No, I will say my honorable mentions. They both could have been my number ones. Was Mob Rules or Black Sabbath, their first album.
Black
Sabbath. That's dude.
All good albums.
God, they're all good. It was hard to choose, honestly. If I didn't love Dio so much, I wouldn't have chose Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
However, I mean, Neon Nights, Children of the Sea, Heaven and Hell. I love Die Young, Lonely is the Word. Like I love the whole album, but those are the main ones for me.
Yeah.
I like. I know me and Timmy talked about it earlier this week, but
excuse me.
Timmy doesn't really consider he considers that era of Sabbath more Dio than Black Sabbath.
Well,
I mean, didn't he leave in what?
Not
in what 82?
I'm not.
No, he left in 83.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
he left
it's
in
more
83, but he also
Dio
come out
than
with
Sabbath.
his was Holy Diver, what came out in 83 as well.
83, yes.
Yeah, and
I'm
that's
saying
when was it Born Again came out in 83 with Sabbath.
Yeah, they did a live. They did I believe Heaven and Hell was 1980. Mob Rules was 82. They did a live album, Live Evil. Was it 81? Okay.
Yeah, 81.
Live Evil was 82.
Mob Rules. Yeah. Live
Okay, then they did a Live Evil. That was a really good live album, actually.
Yeah. And
then they went on to that was the first. Mob Rules was the first one with Vinny Appice on drums.
Okay, so this was I'll explain it to you about the Ozzy or the Dio thing with Sabbath. What I was saying, it's not that it's less Sabbath, but when Dio came in, before Dio came in, Black Sabbath, as in like even take Ozzy out of it, it was Geezer, Tony, and Bill Ward writing the music, hashing it out, all that stuff. Ozzy writing lyrics, or Ozzy and the band writing lyrics, and working as a unit.
It was mostly Geezer. He wrote most of the lyrics.
When Dio came in, a lot of people don't realize Dio was a bass player too. He's a musician.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he was writing music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The same thing he did in Dio. So it sounded more like when I was a kid, like when I was young, for the longest time, I thought Children of the Sea was a fucking Dio song.
Right.
Not Black Sabbath. You know what I mean?
did too. Yeah.
Because it sounds so much like Dio. Like if you played Children of the Sea and you played somebody Holy Diver and Straight Through the Heart, they'd be like, oh, that's all on the same album.
Yeah, it could be.
It's not. You know what I mean? Heaven and Hell even has that Dio feel to it.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
Heaven and Hell.
You know what I mean?
Heaven and Hell.
That's what I was saying.
That was one when I was.
No, I see what you're saying. I would still argue. I would still argue it had elements of classic Black Sabbath.
No, it does. Yeah. You know what I mean? Plus, like Jimbo mentioned, and it's worth noting because I don't think a lot of people put two and two together when they think about Black Sabbath too, is that on Heaven and Hell also, if I'm not mistaken, they had Vinny Appice by that time.
Yes.
Which is the same guy that played.
Excuse me. Bill Ward actually recorded the album, but he quit like right with a couple weeks into the tour, I believe, for the
I
album.
got you.
So
Yeah, okay.
that was when Vinny Appice took over. Vinny Appice's first record with him was Mob Rules.
Mob Rules, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can hear that, like you put Mob Rules on and like listen to Holy Diver or any of that shit. You know what I mean? It's all.
Yes.
You can tell it's
Style
him.
and everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean?
Now, to get to my point about why I like that record is because at that point, at the time for the band, it was kind of just a mess. Like the Fire and Ozzy, and they were fed up with each other, and they weren't writing songs like they used to, and everyone was stressed out. So when Ozzy came in, man, I'm Ozzy fucking Christ.
Yeah,
What'd you do to me, Timmy?
Sorry.
Yes, when Dio came in, it was like an infusion of what the band needed.
Yeah.
Which was, it took Geezer. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Geezer was the main lyricist for most of the albums.
Yeah.
It was mainly Geezer and Tony that wrote the songs, and Bill and Ozzy just kind of went with the flow. Now, when God damn it, I did it again. When Dio got in the band, he brought his own energy to it and his own lyric. He's a very good lyricist. He brought his own lyrics. He brought his own songs. He played guitar. It kind of changed the band dynamics. So it definitely changed the songwriting process, which explains why it does sound more like Dio. I will say Bill Ward wasn't a fan of that record. He didn't like recording it. The only song he did like was Lonely Is the Word. He just didn't like the direction the band was going in, which could explain why he quit so early after the album. But yeah, I'd still say that it's still, you can still hear elements from early Sabbath in it, like I said earlier. It's still
Sabbath life in there.
Yes, it's still enough Sabbath in there that I'm just like, that's a Sabbath record, man.
Yeah.
So that's why it's my number one.
Oh, I thought it was something like it kicks ass or something, you know.
Oh, it definitely kicks ass.
gotta have meaning behind it and shit.
Oh, hey, it's got Ronnie James Dio. How much more meaning do I need?
Yeah, I know, Jimbo, I know. Swear to God, I'm gonna get him a shirt made that says Dio with an X on it and Ozzy under it.
Shit, if we get enough comments on here, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
How many people want to see me wear the Ozzy shirt? No, I'm not. Dude, I'm not gonna shit on Ozzy for 2 hours. I like Ozzy.
For being Ozzy.
I was gonna fuck with y'all and just say that my top 3 albums were all the Dio albums.
That's right.
And then just troll Ozzy.
The best Sabbath album is Holy Diver. Fucking.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
For everybody out there that we're pissing off about the Dio Ozzy thing, we're actually going to break it down and actually talk about Ozzy and Dio probably sometime in the future separately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it'll probably be me and Trey doing a Sabbath episode, or and talking about Ozzy, and then Jimbo's going to come in here and just talk about Dio.
I'll just be by myself. It'll be a straight monologue.
Yeah.
You're
just going to have two paper faces, of me and Trey. Just what do you guys think?
Yeah.
There's
I'm gonna give me a case of beer and a carton of cigarettes. Talk to myself for a little while.
That's right.
He's gonna have some action figures with the cutout faces, our pictures on them, like some 41 did in their music video.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, music video.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, that's enough about me. Let's get back on track.
And if you want to torture us, let us know if you want us to talk about all those albums that don't have Dio and Ozzy on it, and we'll come back and we'll do a not Sabbath fucking podcast.
Not
you know?
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Sabbath, not Sabbath.
Yeah.
Sabbath, not Sabbath.
And let's not forget
like
Zach
that.
Wild doing Zach Sabbath.
Probably the most Sabbath of all.
Oh, yeah.
Sabbath.
Non-Dio, non-Ozzy incarnations.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
But anyway, so we got, is it Timmy up next?
I don't know. Let's make Trey go.
Flip the coin. I'll go.
We'll go with Trey.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, buddy.
We're gonna make sure my internet connection stays connected for a little while.
That's
right.
My number cut off. We lost.
That's
Timmy
right.
again.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey
My
Trey,
number
real
one
quick.
album goes
Yeah,
black.
you-
Real trick. Yeah, adjust your headphones. I'm hearing some echo.
All right. Let's check this out. About that.
Sure.
I think it's working. Yeah, yeah,
But
it's good.
I
Go
got a
ahead.
fan in the background. Might be. I'm just gonna say you could
You
do
say
like the whole first 3 albums in any order. No, I'm kidding. I mean, that's pretty much what I got.
Arguably, I'd be okay with that, honestly.
Yeah, that's literally what
Yeah.
I wrote. Was my number 3 was Master of Reality, number 2 Paranoid, number
Nice.
1 was Black Sabbath for me. But
fuck yeah.
honestly,
Nice.
I put a dash,
Fuck yeah.
I put a dash with Master of Reality because Volume 4. When you said that, dude, Supernaut is like one of my
Yeah.
favorite songs, dude.
That's a
One
jam,
of
bro.
my favorite songs.
Man,
it is.
I
It is.
I read somewhere that Tony Iommi, if I'm not mistaken, man, you'll have to fact check it. But I swear to God, I was watching a fucking documentary yesterday while my kid was napping. So I was just sitting in the room and watching this thing about Black Sabbath, and they were talking about. I swear to God, he said that he wrote that riff while he was hanging out with some of the guys in Led Zeppelin.
For what song?
Oh, it's Supernaut?
Supernaut, yeah.
Was it
I can
Supernaut?
believe
No.
it.
I did read that they were like good friends, and that was like one of John Bonham's favorite songs they did
Yeah.
Isn't that like?
was
I mean,
Supernaut.
it has a groove, dude. It has a groove
Yeah.
to it.
Like him and
Yeah.
Bill were like boys.
Oh
yeah.
I can believe it, dude.
Doo, doo.
I mean,
Yeah.
aren't all those guys from like Dio and all them? Aren't they from like relatively the same area? I'm not
No,
sure.
Dio's American. All of them were British. They were all from England.
Are you sure? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, all those.
No,
guys.
what's
I don't know
funny
why-
is what's funny about Dio is that he was American, but most of his bands were English musicians.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Or, like,
sure
all
they
of 'em.
even, if I'm not mistaken, they even recorded Holy Diver in England.
Yeah.
When he,
And he married an English woman.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Wendy
man,
Dio.
man.
Stop taking us down the fucking Dio hole.
Yeah, man.
I will bring it back to Dio every time, motherfucker.
God.
It's my time. It's my time. We did your
Well,
time. It's my
you best
time.
start talking then,
It's my
Trey.
time. It's my time, cuz. All right, so yeah, I mean the first 3 albums. I mean, what can I say, dude? The Wizard,
Yeah.
Evil Woman, and of course, NIB.
Bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Bill, dude,
Yeah.
Bill kills it when they do Behind the Wall of Sleep. At the end of that,
Mhm.
when it's
Yeah. Dude.
Hey.
I love that. When it goes
Honestly,
into
that one was the one that was gonna make it number 1 for me.
So
Yeah.
If it wasn't
NIB,
Heaven and Hell.
I could
I
just
did-
sit
I
here
did-
all day. That's all that's been playing in my head this whole time. Is that drum
I
beat.
did learn about NIB that a lot of people think it stands for Nativity in Black, but it does not. It's actually about Bill Ward's beard because it looked like the tip of a pen. And that's what they call a nib over there. And
I hear you. Mm-hmm.
The song is actually about Satan falling in love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's about Lucifer falling in love.
I mean, it kind of. I mean, if you look at the lyrics, yeah. You
Well, I know they when they got the name Black Sabbath from the Boris Karloff movie Black
Yeah.
Sabbath, and they were like, I can't believe these people pay so much money to go see a horror movie, like a scary movie, and then they were like, well, why don't we start writing songs like horror movies?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like horror movies, but in musical form.
Yeah.
And that's how they like settled on the whole dark, gloomy,
I mean,
dark
right
gloom
off,
metal.
Right off the bat. Boom,
Yeah. Yeah. Case in point.
It's fucking awesome.
The title track. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
What
That's
is
killer.
this that stands before me?
That.
I wanted to bring that up to you, Timmy,
God
about
damn it.
the writing of that song.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
let's
know.
not talk about songs yet. Timmy's still got to do his album.
No, the one he's talking about, the fucking Black Sabbath. He's
Yeah, he
saying,
just
"What is this stand before me?"
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, Geezer Butler wrote it because he had like a vision of like some dark figure at the foot of his bed, like pointing at
Yeah.
him. And I was like, I wonder if he had like sleep paralysis or some shit.
Yeah, I mean.
And I wanted to
pretty
bring it
much.
up to Timmy because I know Timmy's had it before.
Yeah, I do suffer from sleep paralysis from time to time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or
So,
night terrors,
just
as a lot of
learning
people
this.
call it. Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah,
had that happen? Did you ever have a Black Sabbath episode?
He's going to shoot
So-
tonight.
So, God, fuck Trey, probably. But no,
He said, y'all done
so-
did it to me now.
I've explained this to my wife a few
I never did
times
it.
on what happens with that. With me personally is it started like in my teens and shit, but it wasn't like oh my God, I have them like fucking 3 or 4 times a week. I mean, I can go months without it actually happening, and I know when it's going to happen, but I don't know when it's going to happen, if that makes any sense. Like usually
They're going to make
like,
a
say-
scientific break off this.
no, like say if my wife was going to go to work, like when she worked for the lawyer's office, she would leave before me. She'd be out the door at like fucking 6:30 in the morning. And well, like when I worked with Field Corps, when I was doing the turbine shit, I had Trey. I mean, I'd have months off. So even before we had a kid, my wife would go to work, and I didn't have shit to do. I'd try to sleep in, till fucking 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. But usually, if I woke up, that's when I really noticed it happened the most. If I woke up in the morning and then went back to sleep, or like like if she gave me a kiss goodbye or some shit and it woke me up, I'd fucking roll over or some shit. And I don't know how long it was because I would go back to sleep, but it's like I feel like I'm waking up, and I am. And it's like, man, I don't know. It's like you get that feeling that something's fucking watching you, like something's
Mhm.
fucking staring at you. And
Yeah, I've heard that.
but I'll go to move like it happened one time when Lydia was there, and she was like, I heard you start making noise. And I was trying to, but it was like, I don't know, man. It's like something fucking held me down. Like, and I'm still like, I
your
can't
body's
fucking
still
breathe.
asleep.
I can't fucking,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gasping. I'm physically gasping because I'm like I'll start fucking moving. Like I'll be shaking and shit, man. It's fucking terrifying. And then all of a sudden I'll move and you'll just like, I'll fucking, and she's like, what the fuck is that? And then, but like the rest of the day, man,
Sabbath,
it's like,
Black Sabbath.
it's like the worst fucking, it feels like the worst hangover you've ever fucking had in your life, man. But then you're sitting there like, I mean, even
Scared
as a
to
grown
death.
man,
Yeah,
you don't want
I
to go back
heard
to
something.
sleep.
It's like your
It's
brain's
fucking
awake.
terrifying, but I mean, what?
Yeah.
Your body's still asleep.
And
Your
that's
brain's
what
awake, but your body's asleep.
from what I read
Like in and
online,
out.
it's some shit about your body, you're waking up, but your body's
Your body's still asleep or something.
not
Yeah.
coming online like it
Yeah.
should. Yeah,
Right.
some shit like that.
That's so you're right there. That's all I was about
There's
to say.
probably somebody
just
out there
watched the
that can
thing on
explain it to me. I just
Yeah.
sound like a
Yeah.
moron talking about it.
Yeah, I just watched a thing on it where it was like something about this is like a while. This is like probably a month. I said just watched it, but there was something on like aliens or something like that, and it was talking about people who thought they had
Yeah.
weird
Kind of the
stuff,
same
and
deal.
it was sleep paralysis. Yeah, and it was like your
Mhm.
mind is starting to wake up
Yeah.
before your body is actually awake, and you still
Mhm.
have that
Yeah.
like you physically can't.
It makes
wake up,
sense.
But
Yeah.
you know.
The only
You're
other thing I have like that's really fucking bad is I only take NyQuil if I absolutely have to. Like I can't take ZQuil either, man, because that shit gives me, and I didn't realize till you read all the side effects, that shit gives me the worst nightmares you'll ever have in your life, bro.
Damn.
Like I'll fucking, and I mean I'm talking about the
Write
most
that
vivid.
down.
Like I'll fucking like wake up screaming, punching the walls and shit, bro. Like fucking heartbeats like
Damn.
190 over
Shit.
100 and shit, bro. Like sweating and everything.
Man.
Sabbath,
Be
Blotter,
shaking and shit.
Sabbath.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
Lydia would be like, you gotta go sleep on the fucking couch or something.
Right.
Fucking,
Hey, man.
I swear to God,
Jesus.
dude.
On that note, what's your top 3 albums?
I didn't know if you wanted to get into your top 3 or not.
No, man. I was gonna say, Black
Oh,
Sabbath
okay.
itself. Like Jimbo, we started
Yeah.
going off. I told you.
Yeah,
I told you. We start going off on songs. We start. Going down a
That's
path.
Hey, that's all right.
All right. So my
Things
top
always happen.
three. My top three.
Wet, Wild, and Sabbath.
My number three. My shit right here is all over the map. So
You
my
can't
number
count either, can
my
you?
number 3 album, which was actually fighting with my number 2 album. 'Cause I already knew what my number 1 album was. There was no way around it.
Did
but
it have sleep paralysis?
Two and three were jumping back and forth. Me personally, I think one of the most Sabbath sounding albums of all time is my number 3 choice because it's one I actually listen to a lot, and that is 13.
Nice.
I fucking love that album.
Yeah, it is a good album.
That's the final Black Sabbath album.
Mm-hmm.
And that all I can say about it, like in a nutshell, other than it's fucking awesome, and it's we could do a whole podcast on last albums of fucking bands, and that one is up there to be just a final fucking album from the band, dude. And I will say this: I wish, well, I don't wish, but could you imagine if anybody out there listens to 13, whether you agree with me or not, if you listen to that album, listen to the way Rick Rubin was able to capture their heaviness and everything.
Yeah.
If you could, if they could fucking apply that to the first 3 or 4 Black Sabbath albums, man, god damn. Oh my
God.
god.
Would be my top 3 or 4 albums.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It would be so fucking much heavier than they are. Not that they're not heavy. I mean, you know, just the sound, the quality. I mean, goddamn, we're talking
the sound
like
quality,
late 60s, early 70s to fucking 2013. You know what I mean?
And it's not like they had a lot of money either. They're pretty fucking poor.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, a lot of people out. Oh, did you know that speaking of the Black Sabbath album, Trey, did you know that they finally, nobody knew who the lady on the cover was forever, and then they finally fucking said who she was on the 50th anniversary? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Did you know that they actually did you know that they actually had like her stripping out of that gown because she was naked under it and everything?
Yeah.
And but they didn't use the nude pictures.
Yeah, they didn't like it. Yeah. They didn't think it'd be right. I didn't know that was a chick for the longest time. I thought it was like a hermit guy living in front of the mill or something.
I thought it was a fucking painting, bro.
Or Ozzy. I thought it could have been Ozzy.
I didn't even know it was an actual fucking picture that they took with a camera. I thought it was like a fucking oil painting.
Yeah, it's like an actual well too.
Yeah.
Or not a well. I mean what is it? It's like a
mill or something.
A mill or something. Yeah. It's still there. Mm-hmm. We'll have to take a Blotter rock and roll field trip and go check it out.
Blotter, Sabbath, Blotter, Wet Wild.
Just when you thought that Black Sabbath couldn't get any better, you know, that first album, I was telling Jimbo this the other day, me and him were talking about it. That first album, the whole album was recorded in one day, 12 hours.
Yeah, 12 hours, man.
They had studio time. They actually had it booked. They had it booked for 2 fucking days.
2 days.
One day they did all the recording live. The next day was reserved for mixing and mastering.
Yeah.
Like that whole album was done in 12 fucking hours, bro.
Yeah, Geezer said they knocked it out in 12 hours and still had enough time to get to the pub for last call.
Now, of course, you got to think they had written
great. I mean,
7 songs and had been playing these 7 songs for 18 months prior to that. So they should be able to go in there and just lay them down.
For sure.
You had 18 months to fucking, you know what I mean?
That's why I feel like that's also why you get that you know what I mean? The bleeding in to the next song.
From the
first note, it got me.
13 is my number 3.
Awesome.
Peace of Mind, Dear Father, Loner, End of the Beginning, fucking Live Forever, God is Dead. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, God.
Fucking listen to the fucking album, people. If y'all ain't fucking listen to it.
We were talking the other day, Timmy. You were talking. We were saying that album was really cool because they condensed like everything that was Ozzy era Sabbath into like it's like 8 songs or so. Yeah, it's like 1 hour songs. Very really cool.
Yeah, like it's got fucking everything. Like that was the first album they recorded with Ozzy in like 32 years at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's insane.
My number 2 album is Heaven and Hell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Surprising old Jimbo here with some Dio love.
Shut up, Jimbo.
He just wrote that down. That son of a bitch. I'm
Look, that fucking look on his face.
I'm
He's getting ready to start
leaving
talking
right
about
now.
Dio again.
He heard my description and was like, God damn, he's right.
He's like, the door open.
No, man, I really like
Timmy and Jimbo and his fucking Dio.
I really like Heaven and Hell, man. I really thought fucking like, how do I put this? Everything
Dio's awesome.
No, everything leads back to goddamn Van Halen.
Dio.
Oh yeah.
when Ozzy left, like the last couple albums just weren't all there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then they did the firing of Ozzy and shit. And when Dio came in, it just kind of, it breathed new life into the band. And kind of like Sammy Hagar did with Van Halen.
I would agree.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yes.
And like Hagar did with Van Halen, I'd probably go as far as to say that the Dio version of Sabbath had more, not that they were trying to do it, just like I don't think Van Halen was trying to do it, but they had more commercially sounding songs. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's so
more commercially successful.
That you know what I mean?
Like off the bat.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat. Yeah. I think it was better production too.
Well, no, that's a big one. Yeah.
Better mixing, like the whole shebang. Like
and that's what I was saying about 13. Could you imagine if you had the production of 13 on the first Black Sabbath album?
Oh my God. It's insane.
You know what I mean? Imagine that production on fucking Paranoid. Like, god damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wish they did have that too, because they got some great songs on there.
Because when you if you listen to Black Sabbath live, and I think they shot a video in 2005 or 2006 of the reunion. If you listen to that, they're playing those songs and it sounds so much fucking heavier.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just like bombast. Oh, fun fact, I actually seen them on that tour in 2005 at Ozfest. It was Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath.
Awesome. And
that was the last time they played together with Bill Ward.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because after that, they didn't tour anymore until they did the end, I believe.
The end. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was wild, man. But anyway, Heaven and Hell is my number 2. And my number 1 album, without a doubt, is Paranoid. My my honorable mention. Now, Volume 4 is good. I like Volume 4. I like the first Black Sabbath album. I'm not taking nothing away from them, and I'm not going to, I'm not saying that they have bad songs, nothing like that.
You can't. I mean,
they just Master Reality is the same way, but for some reason, man, it's like if we're not going to do the Dio stuff, you know what I mean? If I was going to add something in there, it would have to be Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. That would probably be my honorable mention. That album.
I was about to say that and Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and Volume 4.
Album,
those are my honorable mentions, man. Because when I hit that again, that Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, right off the bat, I was just like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
And what is it? A national.
And the fucking the album cover is fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right.
That is a wild album cover.
Let's do some songs.
Oh man, we already had songs. All right.
All right, songs, Jimbo. Go ahead. You can talk again.
Oh boy. All right. So we gotta put them in order.
Nah, not really. Not like your favorite one.
No.
I mean, I do know what my favorite one is. So I did put my favorite one at number 1, but the rest of them are just fucking there.
Right.
Yeah, dude, it's hard. It really is, dude.
All right. Well, for my first one,
million songs on here.
I'm gonna come at you hard with my first one. It's definitely Supernaut.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely Supernaut.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
dude, fucking killer riff, like right from the get go. Just it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Also, a reason I picked Volume 4. I thought this was a fun fact, Timmy. I wanted to bring up and give to you. It was actually a favorite of Frank Zappa's.
Awesome.
That was one of his favorite Sabbath songs because they were actually good friends.
Yeah.
During the recording of Heaven and Hell, Geezer Butler was going through a bunch of shit, and they thought he was going to quit the band, and they needed someone to play bass. And Tony Iommi was friends with Frank Zappa, and he actually reached out to him, and he sent over his bass player,
right,
to record the bass lines for Heaven and Hell.
Oh, I got you.
And there was actually a couple of bass players that played on there, but then Geezer came back and, like, without listening to anything that was already done, he just did his own shit. Because Geezer's the fucking man.
I was about to say, dude.
Yeah, Geezer's the fucking man, dude.
That was my first, like, favorite bass player when I was a kid, like, starting music. That was my first. Like, that dude just.
Yeah.
Like, you're allowed to do that?
Yeah, going back to 13, dude, Geezer's bass tone on that fucking album. Oh my god, it sounds so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
I am so fucking jealous of that shit. Like, I gotta step my fucking game up for real. Anyway, next on my list, I have Hand of Doom.
Not a bad one.
Off of Paranoid. I just loved it. I love it because it's almost to me like Sabbath was grunge before grunge was even a thing.
Yeah.
Because the soft loud thing, like it's slow, it's very quiet, and then it just hits you fucking bow, bow, bow. And Ozzy comes in, at the beginning, he's all reserved and shit. And then when the whole band comes in, it's just fucking in your face. And I just loved it. I've loved that song for as long as I've heard the damn album, honestly. Next up, I have a Dio song, of course. It is Sign of the Southern Cross.
That's a good song.
With that one, I would go back to my statement where I said even with Dio, there's still the reason I say it's different from the band Dio is because of songs like that, because you can still hear that really dark, edgy, heavy, just crunch to it, like from the first album, like straight out of Black Sabbath,
Oh yeah.
It's still got the Dio twang on it, it has that little acoustic intro, but even before Dio, they had a bunch of different acoustic songs on just about every album, if I'm not mistaken, if not every album.
Yeah.
Which I find really cool about Sabbath. Like, I mean, you got songs like, Planet Caravan, Solitude. Trey actually pointed that one out to me before. Orchid, Laguna Sunrise. They have a bunch where they incorporate acoustic stuff into it. So that one's definitely up there for me. I never know how to put this if it's just it's NIB.
Yeah.
To start with, but I never know because on the album it's like, what is it called? It's called a Wasp / behind the
wall behind the
wall. The Wall of Sleep / basically / NIB, and basically is just like that bass solo before NIB. But if that's the whole one song, then I would put that whole thing.
Right.
But if I have to choose the part of it, I would choose the NIB part.
Right.
Because it's just Behind the Wall of Sleep is fucking awesome though. I love that fucking song.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's my number one. Not song, but like
number one album. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, dude, because that, like I was saying, them drums, and then you go into that bass solo, and then NIB.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got that one, and let's see, that's 4. My final one, of course, is Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
Because why? Because Ronnie James Dio is the fucking man.
Yeah.
Do I have to say it anymore? Yes, I do. Dio kicks ass.
Fuck yeah.
But
buddy.
I do have a couple honorable mentions. The Mob Rules. That song kicks ass. I got some Ozzy in here. Don't worry, Timmy. Like Fairies Wear Boots, Snowblind, man, Dirty Women.
Yeah.
Those are good ones too. But they didn't make the list.
Right.
It didn't make thy list.
So that's mine. Timmy, what you got?
I thought Trey was going next.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trey. What you got, bud?
Oh, it don't matter. I'll go next. I don't give a shit. I'm not scared.
Well, what you got then?
Oh, what I got? Number 5. I'll say them in order. I'll top 5, whatever you want to get. My number 5 is Heaven and Hell. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? You
Hell
you
yeah.
said, Dio's
Why is that, Timmy? Because Dio's the shit.
Dio kicks ass. I mean, Dio's great. Love him. That's all he's
we'll
gonna
see
get
what-
out of me right there.
We'll
That's all
we'll
he's
see
gonna
what's
get.
at his number 1. Just hold on.
Oh, y'all already know. Oh yeah, so that's my number 5. My number 4 would be Solitude.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, that song, dude, the lyrics
Yeah.
and everything is just.
Yeah.
I listened to that song last night. I listened to the albums and shit again, and I was just like, man, dude.
It's very relaxing.
Yes.
Very
Yes,
relaxing
that's the word.
song.
Yeah. Looking at lyrics, it's just like, damn. But the song.
Yeah,
itself,
Geezer writes some cool shit, man.
Dude, he's the great dude. I'm telling you, that dude is badass.
Yeah.
He
Fantastic.
is badass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dio might be badass, but Geezer's just for you, Jimbo.
Yeah.
That's my number 4. My number 3 would be Fairies Wear Boots.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
That intro, do 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 dan out, do do dan out.
Jack
Oh,
the
yeah.
Stripper.
I remember being a kid.
That's the name of it. It's Jack the Stripper.
Yeah, when I listening back to all this stuff, and I remember being a kid before I ever got into music, that riff being in my head from hearing it. And then getting into music and everything. It's just like, oh dude.
Oh yeah.
Sabbath, it's like that was one of my first fucking bands, man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my number 2 song is Super Not. I mean,
Hell
Yeah.
I need I say
Fuck
it
yeah.
anymore, and y'all know what my number 1 is. My number 1 is gonna be NIB.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That was the first song I ever learned how to play power chords to or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Rowe, if you're listening, thank you. He taught me and my buddy Randy. Timmy, you just come over the other day. You seen Randy? Me and my buddy Randy. He picked up the bass and I picked up the guitar at the same time, and we both started taking lessons with Tim Rowe. And that was one of the first things he ever taught me. Like when we got to power chords and stuff, well, he taught us that. Bum 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 bum
Yeah.
bum bum. You know what I mean? And it's just from there it took off, and that's actually what put me into a deep dive of Black Sabbath. I ain't gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And from like that was the first thing I wrote down out of anything was my number 1 song is gonna be NIB. And like honestly, when I go back and listen to it, I won't say it's the first song I listen to every time, but in the group of songs, if I listen to Sabbath, NIB is gonna be in there somewhere. It's a
For
must.
sure.
I have to listen to it. But I mean, honorable mentions like The Wizard, War Pigs.
Yeah, War Pigs.
Changes, there's so many. I mean, they got so many great songs. That's what I was gonna joke with y'all about. Seventh Star is like my number 1 album. No, I'm fine. I had to shoot that out to Timmy.
The real answer is Born Again, Trey.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. It was so hard, like not putting Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I almost wrote that instead of. I actually did write that above Heaven and Hell. So I mean,
Mm.
take it as you want, but
That's all right. That's a good one too.
Yeah, you know, just
And
All
just
great
remember,
songs.
they have a great catalog.
Yeah,
these
the
are all
catalog's great.
these are all opinions for everybody out there. Just remember,
Oh,
ours
yeah.
are right and yours are
Yeah.
wrong. So
That's right.
nah.
Good seeing you.
Especially
That's all.
Jimbo's on Dio.
That's the next. I already got one, and that's the next meme right there.
I haven't even mentioned Tool yet, Trey.
Oh God, I would rather listen about Dio.
You got me last week. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna be sick next time we go. We'll make Timmy suffer all alone.
Yeah. Trey said my top 5 Tool songs are the ones that are fucking going off.
Yeah, that's right.
My top 5 songs are when there's no
The ones they don't play.
Yeah.
The ones they don't play. Oh man.
Anyway,
All right.
I believe that was it for you, right, Trey?
That
was 5.
That's me.
All right,
That's the 5.
Timmy, all you, bud.
Oh yeah.
Timmy,
You ready?
the outlaw.
Timmy the Outlaw.
My
Getting
top
tired.
5. And my top 5 change a lot, but these are the 5 that are always constantly in the when I listen to Black Sabbath, these 5 are definitely being played in there somewhere. Always, you know what I mean? Number 5. My number 5 is actually my dad's number 1 Black Sabbath song. And I told him earlier we were talking, I told him that we were doing the episode tonight and it was on Black Sabbath, and he was like, "You doing Ozzy or you doing Dio?" I was like, "We're gonna talk about both of them." He goes, "Oh, I got you." I was like, I said, "What's your favorite Black Sabbath song?" I said, "If you had to pick one song, like you just said, fuck the rest of their catalog, I can only take one song that would represent my love for Black Sabbath and everything they stand for."
Damn.
And he goes, "It's fucking easy." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Waiting for Today" off Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, son. Come on now. Like I was supposed to fucking
Yeah. I was expecting that one.
Like I was supposed to know that.
Not either.
It shocked me when he said that was going to be his number 1. I was like, "Damn, Dad!" I was like, "That's on my list." He goes, "Is that number 1?" I was like, "No." He goes, "You're wrong." I was like, "It's actually
you mean looking for today?
Looking for today." Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, that's on a fucking Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath."
Yeah. Looking for it. What the fuck did I say?
You said
waiting.
Oh,
waiting
my bad.
for today.
Fucking looking for
Yeah.
today. Don't pay attention to me. You know. Anyway, yeah,
it's
man.
hard when it's your turn.
Off Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, man. Fucking looking for. Well, it would help if I looked at my fucking notes and actually read it. You know.
It might.
You can't read. You're from Newport.
Yeah, bro.
Comes up a lot on this podcast.
Yeah, it's like Jimbo can't count. I mean,
I can't count. Timmy can't read.
I'm telling you. I literally got it in my fucking hand. Still didn't. I'm so fucking dumb. I didn't even look down. One fucking job. Look down at your notes. We fucking and talk. Goddamn.
Can't multitask.
Number 4 is "Walk Away" off Heaven and Hell.
Really?
Yeah.
wow.
That's a great song, man. Yeah.
Okay.
He
did that just to please you.
That's a great. No, that's like a great song. It's like
it's a good album.
One of my other favorite Dio era Sabbath songs is "Voodoo," but I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. That it's like "Voodoo," and I think it's not "Country Girl." I don't have it on. Slipping Away.
That's a good one too.
Away, maybe?
Yeah.
Girl,
I think it's on like Mob Rules. I think and Slipping Away.
Yeah,
Mob Rules?
It's on the Mob Rules. Both of those.
It's right. It's the one right after "Country Girl."
That's
a song on it.
That's a good album.
Too, but "Walk Away," man. There's just I don't know, that fucking song kills, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
My number 3 is "Live Forever" off 13, bro. That song.
To a bunch of 13. Did you put 2 songs from 13 in your top 5?
No, just one.
I thought you said 2.
One so far.
Yeah. No, man. Trey, when you get off here, bro, I'll send you the fucking link. You listen to Live Forever. You don't listen to nothing else on that album. You listen to Live Forever. That's fucking quintessential Black Sabbath.
No, I would listen to the album.
Black Sabbath, bro.
Yeah, I
Definitely listen to the album. It's good.
Because I'm gonna go.
No, I mean the whole album gives that. I'm just saying if you only got time to listen to like one song a night, you listen to Live Forever, bro.
No, bro, I'm a ride or die.
The fucking dun 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 dun. Oh, dude,
I'm already listening to it.
Dude, I just want to get up and break shit now. Fucking. Anyway, my number two and my number one always flip back and forth. But if I had to choose, my number two song is "Electric Funeral."
Oh yeah,
that song, yeah,
killer.
I remember one night
honorable
mention
of mine.
We were playing in my dad's house, and he was over at his, I think then girlfriend. I don't think he was married at that point. At his girlfriend's house, and we were fucking throwing down. And Jimbo, you were there, weren't you? Pretty sure.
I played Electric Funeral at your house a lot, so probably.
But we were playing Electric Funeral, and I was like, I said something. I was like, you never know. I was like, the fucking house might be haunted. I was like, every time we play devil music, something happens. We started playing Electric Funeral, and the fucking power went out.
Yeah, I think I was there.
Yeah.
Well, did the power go out, or the breaker kicked?
No, the power went out. Like it fucking something happened there because it took like 10 minutes for the fucking power to turn back on.
Oh damn!
We were fucking throwing down. We were doing like the fucking fast part, and then all of a sudden everything went black. And I was like, God damn it! I told you every time. Fucking. We just went and sat on the fucking porch, waited. Power come back on. I was like, y'all want to go play some more? Nah, fuck that.
Went in there and finished the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From where
power go out again.
And my favorite Black Sabbath song is "Fairies Wear Boots."
Fuck.
I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's my fucking song, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That song's actually written about them getting in a fight after a show one night.
It's like with some skinheads, I think.
Yeah. They got like all beat up and tried to fucking rob them and shit. Yeah.
I didn't know that's what they called like the punk rockers and stuff like that back then.
Yeah.
Like fairies wear boots.
For everybody out there, listen, not the neo-Nazi skinheads. Yeah.
No, the old 70s punk rock skinheads.
I was gonna say 60s, 70s like punk rock.
You also got to remember they're a British band, so it's they got some weird terminology over there.
Yeah.
I was talking more about the terms they use.
Yeah.
But my honorable mentions,
fairies wear boots. That's what.
My honorable mentions would be, like I said, like Voodoo, probably. What the fuck did I say was Slipping Away? Yeah, Slipping Away. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Children of the Sea. You know.
Yeah, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
I mean,
I had Children of the Grave too. That one kicks ass. It was almost.
Yeah.
It was between that one and Supernaut for me to put on my list.
Really?
I literally have it says Children of the
at 1 or 5.
I didn't put them in order, but that one might be top 3.
That was the last one you talked about. You were like in Supernaut, and I was just like, yeah, buddy. But
I literally got
it had such a fucking
I got Children of the Grave /C written like
yeah. They're both good.
Oh yeah.
I think Ozzy actually said Children of the Grave was the most badass song they ever did.
Right.
Hell yeah.
I saw a quote from him, so it could have changed. Who knows?
I know that one song. Is it Hand of Doom that has the harmonica in it?
No,
that's the Wizard.
That's the Wizard.
Yeah, the Wizard. Yeah, heaviest song
that's
to feature a harmonica.
Shannon.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's Shannon's favorite song. That's her favorite Ozzy song. Or Black Sabbath, I say Ozzy. Favorite Sabbath song, dude, is the Wizard. My dad's favorite is was it Snowblind?
Snowblind's really good.
Yeah, that was my dad told me that back in the day that was his favorite. But
Volume 4.
So every time I listen to Black Sabbath, NIB's gonna play, and so is the Wizard, because he gets pumped when I put the Wizard on.
I will say that since we're not talking about the not Sabbath era of Sabbath, I think So when we do that, if we ever do the episode of the albums without Dio and Ozzy, I will say from what I've listened to of them, I would have to say that probably Headless Cross was probably their best one without them too.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a bad album if y'all want somewhere to start, but
I didn't mind. Was it Seventh Seal? Is it Seventh Seal?
no, I thought it was
Something.
Seventh Star. Yeah, Seventh Star.
Seventh Star, not
Star.
Seventh
Yeah.
Seal.
Yeah,
Yeah, Seventh Star.
I was sitting there reading through my notes. I was going to say I got the albums and names right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, what's the one after that too? The Eternal Idol or something.
Eternal Idol.
yeah,
Yeah.
Eternal Idol.
Those weren't bad. And
Yeah.
I know he's gonna come up a couple times on this show eventually, but Eric Singer was on those, right, Timmy?
Yeah, he was on both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Timmy
really
knows.
cool.
And
Timmy knows.
the first one
Yeah.
is Ian Gillan from Deep Purple.
That's
If I'm not
what's up.
mistaken, on Seventh Star.
Talking about
Seventh Star, 1986.
Yeah.
no, he
I'm
was
pretty
on Born Again.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
It
that
was
was the one before Seventh Star, ain't it?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
1983.
Okay, well then that was
that was the one after Mob Rules. That was Ian Gillan.
Yeah, and then it was Tony
And Bill Ward had come back for that too.
Yeah. Yeah, so Seventh
'Cause-
Star and the other one is probably I think that's Tony can't think of his fucking last name right now. So I can see him fucking but I can't think of his goddamn name. Anyway. Yeah. All y'all need to know is the Kiss drummer was fucking on there. So Yeah.
Yes, Eric Singer,
Yeah, Eric Singer was the best
Yeah.
part of those albums. Just
Kiss, Black Sabbath, and Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So he'll come up a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of Alice Cooper, he was the drummer on the Trash album, which had Poison. So when you watch the Poison music video, that's him in the background playing drums.
Poison. That's a different
Yeah.
Poison.
Yeah, not Poison like Bret Michaels fucking.
That's
You know.
I got a Poison shirt
Yeah.
on, so I was like, Poison.
Yeah, not that Poison.
No, I believe those two, Born Again and God damn it, was it Seventh Star?
Seventh Star.
Tony Iommi actually wanted it to be his solo albums, but the record company changed it like last second. They were like, no, let's slap Black Sabbath on there because it'll sell more.
That's why. I
want to say
Seventh
he
Star
came out with a solo
featuring.
album in '86, the same year as Seventh Star.
He might have.
Like when if you Google it, it'll come up because I didn't write it down because it was a Tony Iommi like solo album. It came out the same year though, 1986.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
I mean,
because it has
Seventh
Tony
Star
Iommi on the cover of it.
Yeah, Seventh
But I
Star
want
was
to say it
supposed to
says
be.
I want to say it says
does.
Black Sabbath, but it's like Tony Iommi.
Yeah,
Black Sabbath featuring Tony Iommi.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a solo album.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't. They wouldn't let him do it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If I'm not mistaken, if anyone that watching or anything or comment, but if you Google it or you guys after we get off of here, you Google it and I believe it pops up like that. And you go like looking through the albums and stuff. And it'll say 1986. There's like another album. I didn't write it down because I believe it was a solo album of Tony Iommi. I may be wrong.
Right.
I don't know, but I believe that.
It could either be the same album or he did do another one that he actually just made it by himself.
Yeah.
But I will say, as far as the albums themselves, I don't think they're that bad. I don't think they should have slapped Black Sabbath on it.
Yeah.
But
and look,
I mean,
and to Jimbo's point there, because while they were with was it Vertigo that's with Warner Brothers or something? I think it was Warner Brothers. Anyway, they didn't want Tony Iommi since they were still under contract doing the solo album. So it's not like he just wanted to do the one solo album. A lot of those albums should have been his solo albums.
Right.
But they just kept slapping Black Sabbath on it.
Yeah. It was like it's like beating a dead horse, man.
Yeah. I will say though, when Dio returned, they did I think they did Dehumanizer, didn't they?
Dehumanizer, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually
album.
Yeah, that's a good album. That's a good album.
It was like 90, 91.
92, I believe.
92, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good album.
I don't have that. I don't have that written down, but I knew that.
Yeah.
That was actually. That was also the first album with Geezer Butler in like 9 years.
Yeah.
Because he quit after Born Again, and that was the return of the Mob Rules era of the band. So it was Vinny Appice and Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was that lineup. So yeah, it was a good album for sure.
Yeah, that's what.
Got some kick-ass artwork too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Back to the stuff we were talking about, like Tony Iommi trying to do solo albums and stuff. It reminds me of like still having contracts and stuff. Like Sammy Hagar still had, when he joined Van Halen, he still had his he still
solo
had
artist,
like a solo record for the label he was under. So Eddie Van Halen actually played bass and guitar on a bunch of that stuff, I believe.
Yeah.
On that
Played bass for him.
album he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's because Sammy's manager worked that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were like, look, we have to I have to do something. I have to, like, it's part of, contract, whatever deal.
Well,
got to do it.
So I guess in the comments, tell us if you want us to do the fucking just Ozzy stuff and then just Dio stuff, and the same thing with Dave and
not
Sam,
Sabbath.
because you see, all we want to do is fucking secretly, all we want to do is talk about goddamn Van Halen.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of Van Halen, I will make the connection right here and now.
Yeah.
So on Black Sabbath's 10-year, not reunion, anniversary, their opening band for the tour, I believe it was their last album with Ozzy, Never Say Die.
Yeah.
It was the tour for that album, and their opening band was none other than
Van Halen.
Van fucking Halen.
Yes.
That would make it 1970. Excuse me. Yes, 1979.
Yeah.
So would that be Van Halen 2, or would it still be the first one?
I don't know. I think it might still be the first one.
Because
the first one come out in like 78. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 78.
The second one, I think, came out in 79. Or did they do it in
I believe it
79?
did. I believe it was 79.
I think it was sometime in 79. Yeah.
I think it was 79, and then I think they came out with Women and Children first.
Mm-hmm.
Very
good album.
Turn the Black Sabbath episode into fucking Van Halen episode again.
Everything goes back to Van Halen, bro. Everything.
It's Glam Terra all over again.
Yeah.
No, I did see they were actually like really big fans of Black Sabbath. Like Eddie and Alex were huge Sabbath fans.
I believe Ed and Tony Iommi were actually really good friends up until Ed died.
The funny thing is, when they the first couple shows, Van Halen would get on the stage and they'd play Sabbath songs, and it would piss Tony Iommi off to no end.
Oh yeah,
sounds right.
Yeah, he did not like that shit. But it was more like he thought he was like they were like fucking with him, when really they were just like, dude, we worship you guys.
Yeah. I mean, they're not the
only. It was like a
yeah.
Jimi Hendrix.
No, they became friends after a couple weeks, so I mean, it ain't like it lasted, but yeah.
I want to say Jimi Hendrix. It was like 4 days after Beatles came out with like Sgt. Pepper's or something like that. They opened up a show and the Beatles were there with Sgt. Pepper's. Like 4 days after it came out. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Just like for a lot of people that don't know, ZZ Top with Billy Gibbons went on tour with, was it the Moving Sidewalks was his band. That was before it was called ZZ Top and stuff. And they had a lot of different members, but he went on tour with Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah.
And he said he remembers like every once in a while he'd throw in like a Jimi Hendrix song here and there. And he said Jimi Hendrix would be on the side just nodding to him, and was like, he loved it. He's like, man, I don't know how he's gonna feel about this. It was like something about they were running short on time, but still had to play like a couple songs, so he threw some Hendrix songs in there. And, and Hendrix was like, dude, I love it. Like, I love.
Well, awesome. Rock and roll legend has it that a reporter once asked Jimi Hendrix, How does it feel to be the greatest guitar player in the world? And Jimi Hendrix said, I don't know, ask Billy Gibbons.
Yeah, that was that same tour. That same tour that he went on tour with him or whatever. It was around that time when that was said.
I will
That's
say
that's before Billy had any hair. He still had the slick wearing a suit, you know, like they did in the '60s, like 50s, '60s doo-wop kind of style. That's how he looked, completely different. He was a kid.
Fun fact for y'all. Blotter actually almost did that last year. There was like a whole conversation backstage before we when we were opening up for Enough's Enough. If you don't know who that is, YouTube them, you know. And we were doing sound check, and we was actually, y'all remember like actually talking about what the fuck they would think if we sound checked with a new thing.
Yeah.
Instead of one of our songs.
I love the song, dude.
Yeah. We almost did it too. We just decided we probably
just sound checking it. Just sound checking
it.
Nah, not good. That's like, gotta give a shout out to them.
Yeah.
To the Midnight Devils, dude, and Sniper and them boys.
Oh yeah.
Killing it. I love them dudes. I
think they're getting ready to go back down under, or they're going to Europe or some shit.
Dude,
awesome.
They're so great.
Awesome.
They're great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Another awesome band that y'all should check out. They're out of Nebraska. The Midnight Devils, bro.
Midnight
for
Devils.
sure.
Yeah, those guys kicked ass when we played with them.
Well, we'll drop a link in the description so you can check them out.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Definitely.
Anyone? Yeah, for sure.
Let us know what you guys want to hear.
On
our next cast.
And don't forget to stream our fucking new single.
That's right. Just come out.
Day by day, baby.
Day by day.
Hell yeah. Jimbo, anything
else?
Oh, I got plenty, bud. It's all about Dio.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, funny little thing about it is Dio related, but
of course it is.
Tony Iommi was actually introduced to Dio by none other than Sharon Osbourne.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
She wasn't Sharon Osbourne at the time, but later went on to marry Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she actually introduced him to his replacement. I thought that was pretty wild.
Oh yeah.
That is something, ain't it?
A little funny story about when they were recording Technical Ecstasy.
Yeah.
They were actually recording next door to the Eagles while they were recording Hotel California.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I got you. I didn't know
that.
1975, 1976. That's when
something like that.
Hotel California, 76.
Yeah. And they would have to, the Eagles would have to stop recording like multiple times because Black Sabbath was so fucking loud.
I believe it.
It was bleeding through the walls. I found that hilarious.
Hell yeah.
That's great. Fucking rocking that shit. Damn, could you imagine that recording studio with fucking the Eagles?
Yeah. It was popping.
During that time, Dom felt shit and fucking Joe Wash. That's what we need to do. We need to do Eagles. We need to do some Eagles.
We will one day.
Yeah.
I have no
one
doubt.
day.
Let us know what you got. Yeah, let us know what you guys want to hear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I also had Volume 4. I was gonna bring it up when we were talking about Volume 4. That was the first one where Tony Iommi actually produced the album.
Right.
Oh shit.
They had got rid of the other producer they had for the first 3 albums.
Yeah.
And that was what's funny I think is that was like peak cocaine usage for them during that era when they did that album.
Awesome.
I mean, where do you think Snowblind came from?
That's what I was about to say. I picked up my had to make sure.
I mean, Sabbath was doing more coke than fucking Scarface.
Right.
Yeah,
making Cocaine Bear look like a Care Bear drinking a Red Bull.
Not Tony Montana.
Yeah.
Tony Iommi.
That's right.
What are the odds you think
Sabbath,
one of them actually?
Sabbath.
You reckon they just all got in a hotel room and just took turns just blowing coke up fucking hookers' asses?
Dude, they had to do something.
Took it to the next level, Timmy.
Hey,
No, I did see him talking like they'd have to
It
like
was the
clear the coke
70s.
off the
Fuck.
fucking mixing board.
yeah.
They said they left a pound of coke in the mixing board.
Jesus.
I believe that. Apparently, Bob Ezrin, when he was doing Alice Cooper's thing, had like a console built in the studio with a fucking mirror on it just so he could keep his coke on it.
Right.
While they were recording like $1 Billion Babies or one of them fucking albums.
Dude,
Yeah.
We gotta talk about Alice Cooper in one of these too. I was about to say
We will.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Yeah, to be continued.
Man, you know Alice Cooper's like fucking probably behind Kiss. Like my fucking like everybody knows Kiss is my favorite fucking band of all time.
I'm about to say,
We haven't noticed.
It's up there.
Yeah, you know, but Alice
I have
Cooper's
not
probably
noticed your
my second.
tattoos.
Yeah, you know.
Mm.
Well, not a lot. But everybody sees my arm. You know, what I mean, he's got kids. Not everybody knows that I got Alice Cooper tattooed on my chest. Yeah.
Yeah. Timmy's got an Alice Cooper tattoo on his chest.
Oh, yeah, well, there. Thank you, Jimbo. There you go.
For anyone that doesn't know, now you know.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. You know what I mean?
Well,
It just happens.
Yeah.
Well,
Not what I didn't. What nobody
said I was
graduates
worthy.
from high school and goes to Connecticut and gets a fucking another guy tattooed on their chest. Like
Alice Cooper tattoo on their chest in Connecticut.
I thought that was just normal shit.
That was just that's just what you do.
You know, when you're 18. Fuck.
Jesus.
I think the best part of that story was like there was absolutely no alcohol involved in it either.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Sober thoughts.
I think it was sober.
Wet, wild, and Sabbath.
Yeah.
Sabbath, blotter, Sabbath.
I wanted to bring this up talking about Geezer. Back when they first started, you know how they were like so poor they couldn't afford like anything.
Yeah.
He actually couldn't afford a bass guitar, so he just took his regular guitar that he had and just pulled 2 strings off and just tuned them down.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he just played a regular guitar.
Yeah, he said
played all the bass parts.
Yeah, I heard that he didn't even get a bass till he went to go play their first show.
He borrowed his buddy. Yeah, he borrowed his buddy's bass.
I didn't know that. That's wild.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny.
That is.
And
funny.
Have you ever noticed in those old pictures of them, they have those cross necklaces?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say something about that.
Yeah. Do you know where they all got those from?
A store.
Was it Tony Iommi's dad made them, or?
No, it was Ozzy Osbourne's dad.
Yeah, I knew one of them's dad made it for him or something like that.
Yeah, they were asked to play a show for like a satanic group at Stonehenge.
Makes sense.
And they like refused, so the group cursed them.
Yeah.
And it like freaked them out so bad they were telling Ozzy's dad about it, and he made them those necklaces to ward off evil.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they actually still wear those, if I'm not mistaken.
I was about to
I know
say,
Tony does. Yeah.
Tony still wears his.
All 4 of them, I believe, they all still have them and they all still wear them.
I'm pretty sure the last time I saw a picture, or more recent picture of Ozzy, he still had his.
He still had it wearing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
Well,
I was gonna say.
I would probably,
I'd
probably still wear it just because my dad made it for me. You know what I mean? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know he was close to his dad. I think, what was it, like Changes, maybe? That was like when his dad died or something. I can't remember. It was some major song for him that he wrote after his father died.
Right.
It might have been his solo career. I can't remember.
I was about to say. I think
No
Changes
telling.
was about. I want to say Changes was one of the guys who went through. This is just what I thought. That Changes was actually written about a divorce that one of them was going through.
Oh yeah, that could be it actually.
That's what it was. One of them was.
You know what? I think it's about Bill Ward.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Bill was going through a divorce, and Geezer. I can't say nobody's name right now. He wrote that song because Bill was going through a divorce, like real bad.
Right.
Just like reflecting on how he looked at it, how
I got you.
situation going on. Yep. Fun fact for you people.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Another thing about Bill, they were like notorious. No, all the band members were notorious for like pranking the ever living shit out of Bill. Like they would haze him to no fucking end.
That's great, dude.
Like I remember reading a story. They he got like shit faced drunk one night, and they like decided to play a prank on him where they like stripped him butt naked and kicked him off the fucking tour bus. And and like they went to the next town for the next gig the next day, and like he like showed up there, and they were like, "How the fuck did you do that?"
Yeah.
And he like to this day, like no one knows how he did it.
Right.
Like, could you imagine picking up some drunk dude that's butt ass naked? Shit, picking him up, let alone even seeing it.
Yeah.
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 I gotta go, but I got things to do and people to see.
Yeah. That was another reason he actually quit during Heaven and Hell. They were while recording. I guess they were drunk and like Tony like dumped some kind of cleaning solution on him and set him on fire. He wound up getting like 3rd-degree burns and shit. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we gotta up our jokes and.
Yeah. Like I was like, dude,
we're not
that's not a prank. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
I'd
like-
probably
that's
quit if somebody
secretly I
set me
hate
on
you.
fire too. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Well, apparently he was drinking so much he doesn't even remember.
I just stole his fucking fingers. That's
But
what
he's
I
got
done.
like he's got like burns on his legs or something. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy for me.
Fucking Trey over here talking about cutting Tony's fingers off. Motherfucker gonna be looking like
You ain't gotta
Dale
cut
from
'em off.
Tucker
You
and
just-
Dale.
I'm
He cut off
Yeah.
his golden fingers.
That's what I'm saying. I take his fingertips. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna.
I think the machine.
I
I think the machine already did that.
That's right.
Two-time and Tommy. Fucking
You
stole
know,
his
yeah.
fingers. Burn me. I'll steal your fingers.
That's right, motherfucker.
Play
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I got a couple more if y'all want to hear me talk. I promise they're not about Dio.
That's all you
That's
wanna
up
do
to
is
you,
talk
Jimbo.
about
Yeah.
them. Dio.
Jimbo must have got him a nap today.
Yeah, I did. I drank some coffee.
See?
I'm fucking awake.
Yeah,
Bro, I
Robert,
drank so much goddamn
he's gonna
coffee
stay
this
up
morning.
all night
Look,
and listen
I
to
drank so much
all
fucking
Iron
coffee this
Maiden's
morning, dude,
catalog.
that I was crawling out of my goddamn skin.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
I was
happens
like, I couldn't
sometimes.
stop. It
That's
was
me
one of them
every
like,
morning.
motherfucker, I got to do something.
Yeah.
I literally, me too. Shannon was like, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm just putting my pants on and my shoes. I'm getting ready for the day." It was like
Yeah,
8:30. Then had like 3 fucking cups of coffee.
Like,
Dude, I
I
was
hey,
lit.
I really
I
wanted
Yeah.
to pick up.
Fucking
I was
lit.
outside. Yeah,
Like,
I
I had
ready
a
to
cup
go.
of coffee here at the house, and I was like, you know, whatever. I dropped Lily off at school, and well, you know, her like daycare thing, you know, school basically. Fucking, it's got structure and classes and shit at school. It counts.
Yes, Timmy. We call
Hey,
that.
Trey, do your headphones again.
Gotcha,
And
guys.
after I dropped her off, I was like, fuck it. You know, when I pull out and you go down, you got to fucking turn around at the stoplight
How you
anyway
doing?
down there. So I was like, fuck it. I
There you
went and stopped in at the Speedway, and
Yes.
they had this like little thing going where you can get a goddamn large coffee for $2. Well, I was like, I want an iced coffee. So I went over there and got the biggest goddamn cup they had. It's like
We're not friends no more.
64 ounces, and filled it like 3/4 full of Colombian coffee. Put like 6
Yeah.
shots of espresso in that motherfucker. Put like 6 sugar packs.
Man, you didn't have a cup of coffee if you stuck much of espresso in there.
and sugar. Don't forget about the 6 packets of sugar, because I was like, this ought to
Gee.
pick me up.
I wonder why you felt like you were shaking out of your skin.
Probably because I
What's
drank that
wrong,
whole goddamn
dude?
thing in like 22. I think it was like 21 minutes.
gotta
I
be
drank that
awake
whole
for
fucking thing, bro.
Blotter Sabbath tonight.
And fucking, I was like, oh my god, bro. I'd sit still, and my fucking skin felt like it was just still walking away from me. Fucking
Timmy's just vibrating.
Slipping and
bro. I swear, I was like, fucking
Slipping and
Timmy.
sliding,
Timmy
drinking
looked
and
at me. He was
driving,
like,
bringing
he
him
goes, "What the
closer
fuck
to
are
hell.
you doing?" I was like, bro. I was like, if this is what meth feels like, I never want to do that shit. Fucking, I was going so fucking hard, dude. He was like, "What'd you have?" And I showed him the cup I was finishing. He's like, "Did you drink that whole fucking thing?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like,
I'm ready to tear
Dude,
down
he's
everything
like,
and
you've been here
rebuild
like,
it right now.
yeah, he's like, Rose, like, you've been here like 20 minutes. I was like, oh, this is my second cup. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I was like, I don't even know, Timmy. I was like, I got to pick me up, though. He's like, yeah, I bet you fucking did.
Timmy, I don't drink no more. But
I swear to God,
coffee ain't
bro.
the best thing since sliced bread, brother.
Timmy staring into your eyes, like seeing your future and shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vibrating.
It's like, you
Yeah.
ever look up, what is that, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage?
Yeah. When they're talking or they're cutting a promo. Yeah.
I know you motherfuckers know what I'm talking about, man. When you just get like that, all that fucking sugar and caffeine just starts fucking coursing through your veins, bro. I could have lived that fucking.
You feel like Black Sabbath while they're recording Volume 4?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Sabbath, Blotter, Sabbath.
How many times you gonna say that, Trey?
Dude, I'm gonna say that throughout the whole episode. Actually, I will send something to somebody like you win. I'll send a guitar pick or a few if you can count how many times I've said Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Oh man, we got our first contest.
Sabbath. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Right now, Sabbath, Blotter, Sabbath.
And if you want, if you're really interested for the right price, Trey might sell you a piece of his clothing that he wore on stage.
I might throw in my Blotter shirt or something.
Does it have sweat stains?
Oh, but I gotta get off of here, man.
Inside joke.
I gotta go.
One more quick fact, man. Let me get back to Sabbath.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
One more. This is the last one I got.
Let's get back to Sabbath.
Yeah. Well, it's just one on Tony Iommi.
Oh,
right.
Wet Wild and
yeah. Or we'll say it's two. One, he's the only constant member of Black Sabbath ever. So he's been there in every incarnation period.
Except for the 2 months he quit at the very beginning to go play with Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. For anyone that didn't know that, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's a crazy story in itself.
Yeah. Let me know if you want any of my t-shirts.
And that was actually before they were called Black Sabbath, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They were originally called Polka Tulk Blues Band, which just does not roll off the tongue as much as Black Sabbath does. But Tony Iommi originally played with a Fender Stratocaster.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't get an SG till like right before the album, right?
Yep. And while recording the first album, I think it was the first album. I believe it was the first album. It was like a pickup or something was fucking up, and he had just bought the SG as a backup guitar.
Yeah.
So he grabbed the SG, and it was a right-handed SG, so he played it upside down. Yeah. And later on, he actually met. I can't remember if it was a friend of his or someone he met. They were a right-handed guitar player, and they had a left-handed SG. So they literally like just switched guitars.
Awesome.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up, dude.
Could you imagine if that first album was recorded with a Strat?
With a Strat, yeah, right.
Yeah.
It just
that would have been wild.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Richie Blackmore or whatever play with a Strat?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I was about to say. He couldn't be like Richie. He had to get an SG.
Yeah.
But I
Black
think
Sabbath wouldn't be the same
also,
with a
also
I wouldn't say it.
Richie had an organ playing under his guitar too. You know what I mean? Like they had an organist in the band.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of filled everything out. Not that the Strat doesn't sound awesome. I mean, you play Strats all the time. You know what I mean? Fuck.
Yeah.
Stick a humbucker in there and put some fucking juju on it, and it's ready to roll. You know what I mean?
A little bit of juju.
Yeah.
One of them invaders.
Yeah, you ever want your guitar to say, hey, you know what? My guitar sounds so evil. I had Trey fucking put a EMG in it and let his old lady yell at it for a whole day. Now it just sounds weird every time I play something on it. You know what I mean?
That's going to get me killed right there. I'm going to get me screamed at for a whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for me. Unless y'all got anything else you want to bring up.
That's it for me, buddy.
That's it. All right.
I guess.
Well, this gives me a good time to bring up our next subject.
Uh-oh.
Is Jimbo's choice next week.
Here we
So
go.
we're gonna try. I'm gonna hit y'all with something crazy. We are gonna go with top 10 singers.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Sounds like a plan.
Top 10 singers. Each one of us makes a top 10 list of singers.
Of all
All right.
time, or just genre, rock and roll?
Your favorite
All time,
top
bro.
10 singers.
If this is
All-time
your
singers.
time, if this is your time to start talking about Britney Spears again, have at it, Trey.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So join us next week when Jimbo tells everyone why Johnny James Dio is number 1.
Oh God, here we go.
No, he'll be on there though. Yeah. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. Put in the comments if you hated the show, if you loved the show, what your favorite Black Sabbath songs, albums are. We talk too much. We ramble.
Yeah,
If you want
Whatever.
Trey's old lady, if you want Trey's old lady
Sleep
to yell
rough.
at your guitar,
If you want to buy some sweat stain merchandise from Trey that he's worn, hell, I'm
he
sure
needs
someone will want it.
He needs diapers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not him personally. Well, I don't know. He might need diapers too.
Yeah.
You need diapers, Trey?
Yeah.
All right. That's it for us tonight.
Wherever you, hey, remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, wherever you go,
There you are.
there you are.
Hey.
All right, boys.
All right.
Later, bud.